What's up, YouTube family? So today we're gonna talk about a little something kind of different. We talked about it's kind of connected though to what I said in the last two videos. We talked about depression, and how you depress yourself. And then the other one we talked about the video game analogy. This is where you challenge yourself the same way that you would in a video game. You challenge yourself in the real world the same way you would in a video game or in a computer simulation. So what that does is it gives you a chance to grow. Now let's talk about growth. Like I said in the last video, when you're in a video game, just like in the real world, a lot of your environment is trying to destroy you. It's trying to take away from you. It's trying to take your life, trying to kill you, trying to harm you. But there's also parts of the world that are trying to heal us and make us better and help us grow. When you play Super Mario, what is one of the things that makes Super Mario grow and become bigger? It's a mushroom. Though the mushroom is based on a character named Toad, which is a certain type of mushroom actually, with the red with the little white spots. But in the real world, we have what we call psychedelic mushrooms. Now, psychedelics is a very, very powerful thing. It should not just be done by anybody just for any fucking reason. If you ever wanted to experience with psychedelics, I've only done two different kinds of psychedelics, maybe a handful of times. I've done mushrooms and I've done LSD, or also known as acid. But I forget the whole real chemical term of it, but it's really LSD. It's really not an acid actually. I don't know why the name acid kind of came to it, but it's very powerful. And no, LSD is not really a chemical like you think. It's not really a substance that you get high on. It's the after effect. It's a part that connects. It connects a certain. I can't remember what it is, but it's a certain molecule or a hormone or something. I sound very stupid and fucking illiterate when on this part right here, but I don't know the full science. But from the research I have done, it's something that connects to your brain and then it leaves. Then it's the after effect of your brain kind of sort of replenishing what has happened to it or something like that. But it's not a damaging thing at all. It's not like a drug. But we talk about mushrooms. I've done mushrooms maybe a small handful of times. I've done LSD way more than I've done mushrooms. But I can tell you now, LSD is way more intense. Mushrooms are a lot more natural. And actually, I would think they're safer for your mind because you can become crazy. You do too many psychedelics, you'll lose your fucking mind. I think that's what happened to my brother Pharaoh. But I'm not gonna get up here and bash a young Pharaoh because he's one of the reasons why I woke the fuck up, man. Young Pharaoh saved my life. He literally saved my life, man. I would have been another dumbass, brainwashed fucking sheep out here if it was not for young Pharaoh. So I'm gonna give that brother his props, man, always. But man, I hope whatever he's going through, man, I really hope he comes back to reality. Even though his mind's not all the way gone, I know he's still there. But point I'm trying to make, y'all, if you ever wanted to do mushrooms, don't ever just do them around just anybody. It's best to do them by yourself. Now, they say if you do psychedelics or anything, you should never try to like do them by yourself. But that's bullshit. Because when you're around somebody, you're constantly being subconsciously influenced by what they're saying or doing. If you're around somebody, his or her actions and words can influence you. So if they're talking about bullshit, or they're just talking about some negative shit, or they're just doing shit that's making you feel uncomfortable, you could fuck around and have a bad trip. A mushroom trip is not. Listen, man, psychedelic trips are not nothing to play with. It is very mind altering. You go back to normal, but your mind ventures. It literally opens up parts of your pineal gland that you never even thought were there. Like you can smell color. You can see sound. You know what I mean? You can hear feelings. It's crazy. You can taste uh thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can taste your thought now, you can, like, I can tell you to think about what lemonade tastes like, and you can taste it in your head right now. But no, you can really taste your thoughts, and it's not like you're thinking of a flavor. It's just you can taste your thoughts. Like, you can taste anger. It's crazy, man. It's nothing to play with. It's designed to make you better. I've definitely became a better person because of them, and I noticed. And anytime I ever trip, I will keep on becoming better. But it's not a thing that you do all the time. It's not an addictive substance, and it's not a drug. It's not like you take this shit and, oh man, I gotta have some more. It's not like cocaine or crack or any of that other bullshit. Um, those are terrible. Stay away from cocaine. Stay away from crack. Stay away from heroin. Stay away from any of those man-made, chemical-made drugs. Even though LSD is also created in a laboratory, it is a very much natural compound. But let's stick on with the mushrooms. We can talk about all types of all types of psychedelics. I've never done mescaline, which is peyote cactus, San Pedro cactus, shit like that. I've never done the fucking poisonous frog shit. There's certain shit I'm really not interested in trying. Fucking ayahuasca. That's the real shit right there. The DMT. DMT is the highest form of psychedelic. I've never done DMT. I cannot wait to do a blog about that. But I'm gonna tell you about my mushroom experience. Fuck, if I got time, I don't really have time, but I just know it was very emotional. I cried a lot. I cried so much. I don't think I can cry anymore because every emotion that I've had bottled up since birth came out. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of trauma that you might have deep down in your mind that you have to face. Don't think you're not gonna take psychedelics just to have fun and enjoy and be like, oh wow, what an experience, or man, I'm tripping balls. You cannot approach psychedelics like that. If you're gonna eat mushrooms or do any type of psychedelic, you gotta really, really, really be in a meditative state. You have to know what the fuck you're doing. I would advise you go out in the woods somewhere where it's safe, or by a nice quiet lake. During the daytime. Sometimes nighttime it just brings a lot of scary thoughts and nightmarish ideas, because we have affiliated nighttime with scariness. So your first time tripping, I wouldn't do it at night. I have done them at night, but not my first time. Do them in the daytime. You want to be in a nice sunshiny type of environment, and you're gonna face your demons. Having a bad trip is like a fucking nightmare that you can't get out of, and that's how people end up in fucking mental hospitals and shit. So don't do that to yourself. But yeah, what you wanna do, man, you wanna go out there and just be great, man. Like I said, nobody has to do psychedelics, but I feel like every man, especially men, but every human being should experience a psychedelic at least once. Because if you have never experienced a psychedelic experience, you don't know reality. That's the only way I can really explain it. Maybe a quantum physician, I still don't know the fucking term of a person who studies quantum physics. Maybe my dumb ass should look that up before I get on these videos talking. But yeah, a person who specifies in quantum physics maybe can explain that a little bit, on why a person who's never done psychedelics cannot fully understand reality. But is a lot of man. Like I said, man, I got a lot of nice like tripping type stories. I really don't have time to get into them because they're not like, you can never experience a mushroom trip in just a small. I can't just tell you, well, it feels like this, it's like that. I got to tell you the whole story of when it first started kicking in to when it went away, and how I felt afterwards, and what I learned from it, because you learn from those type of experiences. Psychedelics teach you something. They come from the earth. For billions and billions and billions of years, they have traveled through the fucking galaxies. They hold information. They hold universal information, just like water holds information. So that's my theory on how psychedelics work. But I'm just saying, if you ever want to experience them, either be around the most positive people or be by yourself. Don't be on your phone. Don't do no type of outside influences that can influence you in a negative way. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to listen to some music, man, listen to some good music, man. Listen to some reggae. Listen to some Bob Marley, something like that. You know what I mean? Something with some positive vibration. Rastaman vibration, yeah, positive. That's Positive Vibration by Bob Marley and the Wailers. But for those that don't know. But yeah, there's so many different psychedelics that you can try. But I would recommend mushrooms. If you're going to start off your first trip, do some mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? Either do them with a worthy person, with a trustworthy person that you know have experienced this stuff before and who wants to help guide you to make a positive change, or do it by yourself and let the universe guide you to make a positive change. Um, Now, like, not trying to go back on negativity, but I'm about to get off here. Tomorrow, just literally right before I upload this video, I seen something about some racism shit going on in Sesame Street, or some type of Sesame Street theme park, and I seen some shit I did not like. And I can't speak on something that I just now really being aware of. You know what I mean? Y'all know how things are taken out of context. Y'all know how these viral videos go. So I'm gonna look into it. But from what I've seen so far, and from the shit that I've dug deep into learning, nah, ain't nothing good, man. This shit, there's no excuse for this type of behavior. So yeah, racism is still very much alive. Y'all know I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't support the Democratic Party. I don't support the LGBT movements and all this bullshit equality shit. Just because it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of shit that is created by the fucking elites in order to cause tension and shit between the American citizens and just the people in the world in general. But that does not mean, and I'm really go in on one of these, on one specific YouTube creator. Not gonna say his name until I really get the full depths of this whole story and situation. But I caught him on here defending this shit. So y'all, tomorrow we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this situation that happened at the Sesame Street theme park regarding black children. We're gonna talk about that shit tomorrow, and I'm gonna give you my take and my opinion and my view on it. Peace.